Hey there, I wanted to share a little bit about me, who I am, my story, and what I'm doing here today on this podcast and in my coaching program so that you know a little bit more about me and where I came from. So, I started out in the photography world as a newborn and wedding photographer. And I did those things because that's just what you do when you start out in the photography world. And after about 5 years, I realized that isn't really where my heart was. And I overnight built an equine photography brand, launched it, and built this brand overnight, literally, that was a six-figure brand in its first year with an entirely new audience, an entirely new genre, and something I had never even really spent that much time learning before in an industry I hadn't spent much time learning about, although I was a horse person. And through that process, I learned so much. In that phase of launching that brand and building that business, I also started to do coaching for other photographers. I was going to all these conferences and these workshops, and I was sitting up late at night and going out to dinner with people and teaching them business. And they were picking my brains and asking me things. And then they were coming back and saying, Corinda, wow, that's such a good idea. I implemented that. And oh my gosh, it made such a big difference in my business. I had some photographer friends that were coming to me asking for advice. And I was just pouring into them and helping guide and direct them. And then I started to realize, wow, you're good at helping other people. And it feels pretty good helping other people. And I quickly realized that I had a calling to help other photographers build their businesses. And the funny part is, and something I don't tell very many people, if I was not sitting here as a photographer, I think I would probably be a professor at a university. I think that's probably where I would have ended up if I wouldn't have started my photography business. Because I was actually in a place when I started my business that either I was going to go back to school and get my master's, which probably would have meant that I landed teaching university somewhere, or I started a business and figured out how to make money on my own. And I chose to start a business and figure out how to make money on my own because that was something that had always been really important to me growing up, seeing family members running their own business and just being like, I want to work for myself. So I just decided to do it. And I don't have a formal photography education. I have an animal science degree, actually. I started my business knowing that I thought I could run a business and make money doing this, and I did it. And from the very beginning, I started doing IPS. I ran off of a very profitable system, not quite as profitable as it is now, because there were a lot of years when I made a lot of mistakes and really didn't make enough money to do much other than survive. But I finally have gotten to a point where my business has allowed us to thrive and survive and do so many amazing things in our lives. We've been able to buy a house. I've been able to go buy myself a dang horse, buy us our cars or pay off debt. All of those things my business has allowed us to do. And it's a really cool feeling. And early on in my business, like nobody said to me, Corinda, you can make real money as a photographer. Everyone was like, oh, that's not a real job. You can't do that. You can't make money doing that. And I believed it. I wish that there was somebody sitting there telling me, hey, Corinda, you can make money. You can do this. You can build a multi six-figure brand. Easy. You just have to have the right tools and you have to have the right business knowledge. So, for those of you that are listening to this, I just want you to know that it is possible. It just requires the right tools and knowledge. And the thing is that I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of things. I screwed up a lot of things. I had a lot of clients that were not happy because I didn't educate them properly and have the right systems in place. But I learned from them. And I learned so much from them that I was able to take the mistakes and all the trial and errors and build them into a system that really worked for me. And what happened was, as I was building my business in those early years specifically, I was going to these workshops, I was buying classes, and I was learning what the person was doing. And they would say something like, hey, here's my system, here's what I do, copy what I do. And they would hand you the system. And I would go home and I would scrap everything I was doing and I would just try their system and it wouldn't work for me. And really, when the magic started happening in my business was really about 5 years in, about the time that I made that big transition to equine photography. I started to say, maybe I should just ask why they're doing it. Maybe I should take pieces of this and pieces of that. And maybe I should start to understand the psychology and the reason and the logic and the business principles and build the system that works for me. instead of just taking their system and trying to put a square peg in a round hole, essentially, which is what I've been doing for a long time. And honestly, I wouldn't go back and change a thing because I'm glad that I tried so many things and failed at so many things and tested so many systems and so many pricing models and so many session fees and so many all of the things. Because if I wouldn't have done that, I couldn't be sitting here today sharing with you what works and what doesn't work and why. And that experience has allowed me to be here today. I am still running my business. I'm still doing the thing. My clients spend around five to $6,000 with me, and it's not uncommon to have sales 10, 15, $20,000, and it sometimes I have $1,000 sales. And that's okay because that's the way I've built my business. I've built my business where people can spend to their heart's desire, but I can also still work with clients that are on a budget and feel good about I do have budget options for my clients. And that is really important to me. And I've built a business that feels good to me. I built a business that is simple. It doesn't have all the fluff and extra things that all the people told me for all those years I needed to have in my business that I felt guilty for not being able to manage or have the time to do. I built a fairly simple business that's easy to run, that makes me happy, that makes my clients happy, and it makes me money, which is why we do this, right? We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't want to make money. So I'm sitting here as an educator, as somebody who's been sharing and pouring into the photography industry for almost 6 years now and being in business for over 11 years now. And I'm telling you that I'm here doing it with you. I'm in the trenches. I still have portrait clients. I'm shooting anywhere from probably close to 150 to 200 sessions a year, not all full sessions, I will say. Some of them are in more of a mini session format that I do some mini sessions that are very high sales, but they're more of a mini session type model. But I'm still making a lot of money for those mini session clients as well. So I'm sitting here saying, I'm still doing it with you. I'm still in the trenches. I'm still learning. I'm still testing. I'm still sharing my growth and my journey as I go with my coaching clients. But I know that the mistakes I've made, the lessons I've learned, the journey I've been on, the I can't even tell you how many thousands of dollars of education I've spent. I've probably spent close to 2 or 3 degrees at a major university on education in my business and coaching and all of those things. And I'm bringing all of this to the table here to share it with you and to share with you how your photography business can be and to share the logic and the reason behind this. And this is something that is really important to me. I want to teach you how to be a CEO. I want to teach you how to understand and make good decisions on your own and be a strong, independent business owner. And when I ask my coaching clients, what is the difference now after you've been through my program from before? And they almost always say the word, I'm more confident. I'm more confident, Corinda. And I think confidence comes from two places. And I think their confidence comes from two different places. Number one, it comes from mindset. We talk a lot about mindset, and mindset is a big thing in your business. And when I talk to photographers and I've been working with photographers, the number one thing that holds them back is their mindset, which is why I made mindset a big part of my coaching program because I knew that unless I addressed your mind first and who you are as a person first, that I couldn't help you with your business. So mindset always comes first. And a lot of my coaching clients' confidence comes from mastering their mindset, knowing how to deal with those mindset things. But the second place that their confidence comes from is understanding and having the knowledge they need to make confident decisions as a business owner. I do not teach my coaching clients to copy and paste what I do. I teach them good business fundamentals, good business skills, and good business knowledge. And then I say, here's how it applies to your photography business. Here's how it works. Here's how you can use this and utilize this information in your business. And they're able to take the knowledge and implement that knowledge into their business and understand it and understand how to look for the pitfalls and the holes in the system and understand how to pivot and go forward. My job and my goal as a coach is to teach you to make strong, good decisions and feel good about them. My job is to teach you how to be a business owner that is running their business. My job is to teach you how to go forth in your business and not feel like you need somebody holding your hand. Now, of course, I could create a bunch of coaching clients who need me forever, but that's not the goal here. As much as I love my coaching clients, I love to see them go spread their wings and fly. And honestly, that's why my coaching program is a certain length of time. And sometimes people decide to hang out for a little bit longer, which is fine. But it's a certain length of time because it's not meant for you to just be around for years and years. I was at a conference earlier this year and I was talking to somebody and they told me that they've been working on building their business for 5 years. They've been learning for 5 years. And I was like, oh, that's great. How are your clients been? I haven't actually started my business. I've just been learning how to do the things. That is not how business should be done. You should learn and implement and do and put yourself out there into the world because you can only learn so much without doing. So I'm going to encourage you today on just a couple of things. Number one, if you are tired of just reinventing the wheel, if you're tired of feeling like you don't fully understand your business, if you're tired of not feeling like a confident business owner that can make decisions, go fill out our application. Apply to join us in our coaching program. Over the next few days, we're going to be sharing some different topics about the coaching program, some things that people are always asking us, and just sharing a lot more detail about that with all of you and answering some of your specific questions. If there's anything you want to know, feel free to DM us on Instagram or on Facebook and just say, hey, I have a question about this. We'll drop the details of how to get in touch with us there. But go ahead and apply. You can apply at masteryourmindmoney.com/apply. Fill out that application. And after you apply, you also have the option to just go ahead and book a call with me if you want to chat with me more. Our coaching program is open for enrollment currently. We only accept a limited number of people. That's why we do ask for an application because we want to make sure you're a good fit. And then we want to talk to each person that applies to make sure they're a good fit. So make sure you fill out your application. And if I really need to talk to you, Corinna, I really want to schedule that call, just go ahead and do it there. The other thing I want to share with you is that your business and however you're feeling right now, I can guarantee you, even though you might feel alone in it, you're not alone. And whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you feel like in your business, I can almost guarantee you I've talked to somebody else who feels the same way. So don't feel ashamed and don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't come to Corinda. I'm not ready for her yet. Wherever phase you're at, I'm here to help you and I can help you with your business. So fill out that application and share some information about you and your story. Feel free to DM us on Instagram and reach out, email us, however you want to get a hold of us, just reach out to us and we'll get in touch with you too. I look forward to reading your applications and talking to so many of you over the next few weeks. Our availability for calls is very limited though, so make sure you grab a call quickly when you get the link for that. Check back over the next few days for some more episodes detailing our coaching program, answering your most commonly asked questions, and just sharing a little bit more about what you can expect inside of that.